In the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 27, and we'll chant the 7-limb prayer. Gosum gupe gone chatselo ngshami tu chati malubu tomene saditun tam cheshak kepa gewanam la jeirang korwa maton bardu le june drola cheki kolo korwa dang da jengen han jan chu chen por ngo. Turn to page 97. And we'll chant the short mandala offering at the bottom of the page. Saji perki jushin metok tamri rablinji nite genpari Sangye Shindu Mite Uwa Iro Kundam Dak Shinla Chirpar Shok Jetun Lama Dampa Kenam Hichur Kukala Kense Chujin Trik Jita Tsampe Dujetsima Laja Gecherki Charpawaktuso Idam Guru Ratamadalakam Niryatayami Chudan Soki Chonam La Janju Bardu Dani Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyangi Pesenangi Dola Penchu Sangetu Parsho Chudan Soki Chonam La Janju Bardu Dani Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyangi Pesenangi Dola Penchu Sangetu Parsho Chudan Soki Chonam La Janchu Bardu Dani Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyangi Pesenamgi Dola Penchu Sangetu Parsho.
관계 두세 년에 나와 담제 몸에 담제 godam de lo Oh, maybe a few medicine Buddha mantra. Medicine Buddha mantra. If you can, then visualize, please visualize medicine on your crown, medicine Buddha on your crown, which symbolize the healing energy, healing energy. Yeah, eventually I think it's good to learn. It's good to learn how to do medicine Buddha practice. Eventually it will help your health. Here you see the medicine Buddha here. So there's the Buddha, then right after that there's the dark blue. There's the medicine Buddha. So sometimes you see like 8 actually there's 7 medicine Buddha. So then sometimes they 8 Shakyamuni Buddha himself, so then they become 8. It has different colors. Before you eat or drink, so if you say a few medicine Buddha mantra and blow in your food and drink, so it helps. This is like the healing practice in Mahayana Buddhism. So in order to benefit, in order to benefit other beings, and also working for the betterment of other living beings, your long life is very important. Your present, your long life is important. So you live long life to benefit, not to just to harm someone. It doesn't make sense. So then your lifespan, your long life, means so then good for the betterment of other human beings, other living beings, because you dedicated your life to serve others, mentally, physically, verbally. So therefore, it's good. Eventually, it's good to learn how to do medicine Buddha practice. If like with the visualizations. So if not, then at least you can say the mantra. At least you can say the mantras. Then visualize on your crown. Visualize medicine Buddha itself. Dark, bright, blue colors. Like form of light. Form of light. If you can visualize all 7 of them, so then like while you're doing the practice, the first one dissolve into second one dissolve into third one dissolve into fourth one dissolve into the fifth one dissolve into the sixth. So if you then 6 dissolve into 7, if you do 7 visualizations, then the last one is medicine Buddha itself. So then they dissolve into your body, then remain, then purify all the sicknesses. Physical problem, mental problem, completely be purify. All like that, okay? So right now you can also, if you can visualize medicine Buddha on your crown, so that, like, medicine Buddha symbolize all these seven, like set of medicine Buddha. First 3 yellow colors, so then the last, the number 4, mm, mm, light red, so then orange, so then red, so then blue, something like that, and then visualize. If you can visualize all of them, okay. So while you recite the mantra, or you can just visualize medicine Buddha itself. That's the combination of all the other, like medicine Buddha. So then if you're just saying the mantra, so then you recite this stanza.
It's on page 34 in the Go Prayer Book. It's the one we say on Sunday. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name, when merely heard, dispels the suffering of the lower realms, dispeller of disease and the three poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Teata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha.
Just think deeply, purify all the sicknesses, all the obstacles, all the negative karmas, increase lifespan. Sonam Som, prosperities, wealth, possession, all of them, increase lifespan. So spiritual experience, realizations, spiritual understanding, spiritual knowledge, realizations, experience, everything increase. That's what you're supposed to visualize when you finish reciting the mantras. Oh, ne, de, purify sicknesses, obstacles. Okay. Oh yeah, wonderful, very good. So you just hearing the, also even just hearing the mantra, while people are saying, just hearing the mantra, helps. It helps, okay? Then of course if you say the mantra, it will help. So just hearing the name, just hearing the mantra, just hearing the mantras purifies negative karmas that or through us in the lower realms purifies. Just hearing the name, just hearing the mantra. Then imagine to recite the mantra, of course. It's not just purify. Sickness also purify. It's like troubling thought. It purifies troubling thought, which brings problems. Very good. So Sonam, how they translate in English?
Merit.
Merit. Yeah, increase merit. Tsedang, Sonam tse, lifespan. Sonam, merit. Difference between merit and luck. What's the difference between merit and luck?
Luck is just sort of something that happens to you.
Oh.
And merit is like
Something happened to you doing nothing? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, like there's no cause, it just happens. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Opposite of karma.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So something happened by doing nothing. That's good news. Yeah, probably, celestial realms, probably something happened by doing nothing, but that, that is caused by something. Oh yeah, then, so what is this? Thank you, the Casey. So then, what's the rock?
That means you're awesome.
Oh. Time to pray to be born as a rock.
Not a rock, it's a verb, not a
Yeah, verb, not a noun.
No?
Verb, not a noun.
the action to rock is to be awesome. But a rock.
You rock,
Well.
you are not a rock.
You rock, you're not a rock.
Yeah. American English has no meaning. Rocks. I don't know what rock means. Oh, so now.
Yeah, it's a musical thing. It's rock and roll.
Oh. So, where we stopped? Anybody remember?
Yeah, we just finished the 5 wrong views,
Mm.
and we're getting ready to talk about the cause of delusions.
Oh yeah, Nimovi Dultu. So this is not delusion, afflicted mind, delusion. This is all like technical term. Actually, it's a troubling thought. That's what it is. Troubling thought. This kind of like, Buddhist psychologists, this whole thing that we are studying. Becoming, how to mastering your own mind or your thought. So need to know like, or how many different kind of troubling thoughts out there. So now here, Sumba, Nyumo Jula took, Nyumo Ju, cause. Ju means cause, okay. For this is good to know, good to know. So, pretty much, generally speaking, people are troubled by thought. A lot of the problems created by troubling thought. So the cause of delusions, just think about the cause of troubling thought, different types of troubling thought. Okay, Nyumo Ju. There are six causes, maybe very fall into your ears. That's how the Buddhist psychology works. So that's how Buddhist psychology has been taught. So, to how the troubling thought rise, what kind of things that cause troubling thought. Then there's possibilities. If you can seize the cause, then those troubling thoughts will never rise. Nyumo Jula Tukje, six causes of disturbing thought or troubling thought. Tangbuti, first one, the basis. Base or basis, same, base. Sabyuna Palanyates, seat or tendency. They are slightly different between seed and tendency, propensity or tendency, they are slightly different. Seed means that produce something, tendency not necessarily produce the tendency of troubling thought and the seed of troubling thought. There's slightly difference between tendency of troubling thought or seed of troubling thought. Seed of troubling thought produce another troubling thought. The tendency of troubling thought not necessarily produce another has a troubling thought, but but it's not good to have, even though it doesn't produce as a troubling thought. Sabyuna palanyas, sabi seed palanya tendency nyede rangre neji sabi tung jin matuna seso chungse zamji no shin so. The seed of disease is there, so then some kind of like may produce another sicknesses by eating something wrong or drinking something wrong, could trigger the seeds, then that brings back the sicknesses. So if there's a seed of troubling thoughts, when then you encounter what we call circumstance or conditions, circumstance means conditions, circumstance means conditions. That's why it's all the seed is kind of base is already there. Therefore, when we encounter undesirable object or circumstance, so then the troubling thought is right at the corner, right around the corner, about to rise. Nimo be sabi ye chinji rangjula nimo che chojo ten nam pajayo so because of the seed of disturbing troubling thought, because of that, there's the basis. Therefore, it doesn't require much to trigger that then there's the first base, the seed. Okay, there's the base. Or you could say tendency or seed. The second cause, object. Second cause is object. desirable, undesirable, and desirable object. Yidu wa da, yidu miwa so ta des. Basically, object of five senses: desirable, undesirable, form, shape, color, taste, smell, sound, tactile, all of that. So there's desirable, undesirable. So you don't want the miwa. So there's Tedada tenas, when you encounter those objects, because we are not free from the seed of troubling thought. No, so Mabambe, Jele, Tajaba has already quoted this text. From Abhidharma Kosha, chapter number 5, the very beginning of chapter number, I think 5, Abhidharma Kosha, the text is, in English called Treasure of Knowledge, in Sanskrit it's called Abhidharma Kosha. It has 8 chapters. So chapter number 5, there's a detailed explanation about troubling thought or delusions. There's a detail that Vasubandhu explained in that text, chapter number 5. So this stanza is from the chapter number 5. Tajepamba Mahintans, not free from the seed, of troubling thought. Tajepamba Mahintans. Objects are close by. All the objects, desirable, undesirable objects are close by. Tajepamba Mahintans. Sujimayi Yicheles. Then judgmental mind, perceptions, the way we see, the way we interact, so the way we perceive our perceptions, Sujimai Yicheles. Then you don't like. So then you impose something, then get worse. So then that all the condition for disturbing thought, troubling thought has been completed. So then troubling thought will rise, because all the conditions been completed. Then troubling thought will rise. So that's the quotation is from Vasubandhu from chapter number 5. So make the distance with those base object much as possible. Don't just go along with that. So and through mindfulness. Nimoje tedada jang kangsundu cheba desa. Rajun nam gomba tang rujosuna deba yule choa is. So according to the Vinayaka Sutra, the sutra, it has like probably 1,000 pages. It talks about monastic life. So according to the Vinayaka Sutra, usually the monastery or the temple was built far away from that like distance. They've been measured by, like you are measured by yard. Jangta, there's a name called, there's the measurement, the name of the measurement called Jangta. 24, what do you call this?
Finger width?
24 finger width is one of this. Or somebody, 2 kanji. 4 of this, probably 1 of this. 4 of this is 1 of this. 2 kanji, then 2 jala, they're like probably 500 of them. 500 of them is called one jangta, become one jangta. 500 of them. I'm not sure like how many miles, but how many feet. how to say. Okay, 1 yard, that's called 1 yard. What do you call?
That's probably 2 yards.
The 2 yard, 500 of them, so then become janta. So that's the distance between town and monastery. According to Vinayaka Sutras, that the distance between town and monastery need to be like that much, you know. So only janta, the reason behind that is, you know, try to stay away from the object, you know. So that's the whole idea, you know, for distractions. So that's where that monks and nuns, they live in the monastery. The whole idea behind that is, you know, to get away from the distractions. So Rajuna Gombatan retreat, like then you know, like retreat place is also far away from the town. Retreat place, you know, that's why on the mountains and you know, in the wilderness. But you know, of course, like the mind is the most important. You could be probably living on the mountain, at the same time that your mind is in the town. Then that doesn't help much, you know. So what you call like hermit cow. That's no kind of like joke. The hermit cow and hermit foxes. Hermit cow, probably you are on the mountain but basically sleeping, but not really meditating, just there sleeping all day. That's how the nickname got. Hermit foxes. You are on the mountain, but you are like foxes because your mind is very busy in the town, you know, going here, going there, you know. So then, you know, mind is the key. You can be in the town, but same time you can be great hermit. You can be in town, you know. So, but you know, going the body, staying body away from that, probably for the beginner helps because not being close to the object. For the beginner, someone who has no idea how to deal with troubling thought and just thought, oh, that's part of me, even though it's not part of you, it's just there temporarily. You know, it's not like one with your mind. If it's one with your mind, so there's no hope. There's no hope. When you know, then there's no hope. There's no hope. It's like cloud on the sky. It's just temporarily there. You will see sky, crystal clear sky without cloud. One day you'll see. So that clearly proves the cloud is not inseparable with the sky. It's just there, temporarily there, you know. So similarly, all the disturbing, troubling thoughts is there, temporarily there. It's not like inseparable. It's not one with the mind. So if it's one with the mind, then there's nothing much you can do, you know. So there's nothing much you can do. Le tambo means beginner, you know, beginner. Reshi yu matona, or temporarily at the moment, if you don't see the object, that helps you to not to generate, you know, troubling thought. That helps. Here in the West, what do you say? Oh, I need space. Space. That's exactly what it means, space. Because seeing each other all the time create a lot of tensions, stress. So then you need space. Then, you know, at least you don't see that person or whatever, you know. So then at least kind of ease your mind because you can think something else. So that's exactly what it means, you know. Or space, that's what it means here. For the beginner, space is good. Some space is good for beginner between you and object. Because tackling troubling thought is not easy. It's never been easy. It's not going to be easy. You know, in the future, you know, so like it's never been easy. You know, it's this challenge. Challenge. It helps if you don't see the object. It helps to not to generate troubling thought. It helps. You know, that's also help too. That's also good thing. Pembe tele chokandu chis. Therefore, try to make distant with the object as much as possible. Lojong nale nyembu temba yunge pangpa tsos. Then lojong maybe 7.920. I'm not sure. Maybe 7.920 and that else. Nyembu temba yunge pangpa tsos. Nyembu means antidote. Te means applying antidote. Applying antidote, generally speaking, is good. When you get angry, when you're about to get angry, so then the practicing patience, that's the good things. But it's not easy. If you practice patience, then you are applying antidote for anger. Then you are not going to probably get angry if you if you practice patience. But no, it's easier said than done. Much easier said than done. So, nyembu temba we, applying antidote for the beginner, applying antidote, generally speaking, applying antidote, that's the good things. That's how you seize disturbing thought, troubling thought. That's how you seize them. That's a good thing, generally speaking. But for the beginner, it's better if you avoid the object. It's better than sticking there, than trying to be, how you say, so trying to apply antidote, so then it is hard. So for beginner, it's much, much better or skillful if you avoid the object. It's better, So then sticking there, then trying to apply antidote. So then it's hard. Nyembu temba yunge pangpa sos. Yunge means troubling object. Avoidance better. Yeah, we don't have to participate. If somebody's making comments on politics, somebody making comments on something, we have choice. We don't have to participate. We don't have to sit there and challenge it. And so we can just leave and say nothing, just leave. Like that. We are capable. We can do that. So Jasa Tome, so that's like probably one who wrote 37 practice of Bodhisattvas. That's the probably author who wrote that. Jasa Tome. So it's not the Asanga. I don't think it's Asanga. It's the one who wrote 37 practice of Bodhisattva practice. 37 Bodhisattva. 37?
37 practices of Bodhisattva. 37 practices.
Yeah, 37 practices of Bodhisattva. There's text, probably the one that Jasa Tome Sangpo, he's the one who composed. There's not Tome in Tibetan, the same name, Asanga Tome, but it's not Asanga. This somebody else. Jasa Tome Sangpo. Yunye Pangpe Nimorim Jintis, same. Probably Gishi Chakawa said avoiding object is much better than sticking there and applying antidote, much better. So then he said, if you avoid the object, so then troubling thought will die down. Die down? Eventually die down. It's about same meaning, get to the same point, but different way of saying it. Nimo Pambe, Yunye Pambe Nimo Rimjit, Namye Pambe Gejo Ngange Pills. Namying means like probably spacing out. Namying means spacing out, Somebody says something good, you hear somebody something, just spacing out. So, so I'm not sure how to space out. Spacing out.
Spacing out is chicken meditation, Geshe.
But you're awake, but you're kind of like.
I'm just following your thoughts. It's chicken meditation.
I think it doesn't happen in the monastery because you can't space out. Because somebody's watching all the time. I don't think especially in the prayer gathering, you can't space out. There's rules to follow. So therefore, I don't know how to space out. I don't know how to space out. Sometimes you focus so much on something and you don't hear. So that's not spacing out. No. You are so much focused on something, some kind of visual form. Somebody says something, so you have, your ear is perfectly fine, but you don't hear. So the ear consciousness that corresponds to the sound not always grasps, not always apprehend the sound, because somebody who's really focusing on visual image, so much focus on visual image, busy, all the energy of the mind is on the visual image. Somebody says something, even though you have perfect ear, you don't hear. So that happens. So that one is ear consciousness, but not able to apprehend the sound. Same eye consciousness. Is eye consciousness, perfect eye consciousness, not able to apprehend the form, visual form, because so much focus on the sound. Something goes by, you don't see, so that happens. So that's like, generally speaking, eye consciousness is valid. Usually it apprehends the object, but not every eye consciousness is valid, because this one is not valid because it's not able to apprehend the object, because the whole attention is on the sound. So then goes now purple that rotate for all the five senses. So that's not the spacing out. Is that spacing out? Yeah. So.
That's in the zone.
Huh?
You're in the zone.
In the zone?
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe need to teach to the monk how to space out. Yeah, if the monk space out, then he'll get in trouble in the monastery. So then Namyang. Probably caused by some form of attachment, probably caused that, one. I think the spacing out or wandering, that's probably slightly different. So wandering or one that caused by some kind of attachment. Anyway, Nami maybe Gejo Ngangi Pels. Gejo refers to practice. Practice will be increased if you don't space out. Is that correct? Yeah, so that's what they say. The spiritual practice will it will increase with very little effort if you don't space out. Spacing out. If the mind is fresh or clear, so then it kind of like understanding of spirituality will be better if the mind is clear. Therefore, why you meditate on early morning, because in morning the mind is kind of fresh. That's why you meditate. Riba, awareness. Tongue means clear. Awareness very clear. Clear. So that in the morning, because that all the senses got a lot of rest. The mornings all become fresh. Means tongue, riba tongue. All the senses are fresh. So then if you meditate, so more likely to produce some results. That does not mean that's the only time you meditate. You meditate throughout the day. And it's not like, only morning meditate, then you don't. It's not like that. It's the best time. It does not mean that you can meditate. You can meditate throughout the day. So that's the Jase Tome Sambo. So one who wrote this 37 Practice of Bodhisattva was. So the Pobang is quoting this text. Sumba the Nimochebe Yupande so therefore avoiding the object that makes you so angry, so disturbed. News. if you watch news, it makes you so angry. Why we watch? We have choice. We don't need to watch. You know, if talking about politics makes you so angry, so like angry, so why we talk? No. So better to say some mantra. Much better. So we have choice, because we have choice. So that's what exactly means. If something bothers you, the first things to avoid object. That's the first thing. So then troubling thought will die down eventually. So but the nimuchi you pang de tune never catches so tune never catches. So that's very important. The both authors says very important. Rather than sticking with the object and trying to apply antidote, that's going to be very, very hard unless you've been trained long period of time. So then probably it's going to be, easy. Other than that, it's going to be difficult. Therefore, avoiding object or creating space, some space, good, skillful way of, dealing with the difficult object. That jusumba. So that's the second cause. Then the third cause, dunzi. Chongye pangbe, yewa pangwatis. Teyang changtangs. Tsemuso nimuba tumbe tamshe ne tsedi jowa tamje. Chongye yimbe mika minyemba. This is all, if it doesn't become the cause for troubling thought, there's nothing wrong. If it doesn't generate troubling thought, then there's nothing wrong. Then you can say it's fun. Yeah, maybe it's fun. Dunzi, gathering. So, chongye be yewa pangwade. Chongye ba means chong means friends, but it's not really good friends. Friends encourage you to do some kind of stupid things, Yeah, say like young people drive around and people walking on the side of the road, they shout it for no real reason, just shout it and make ruin other person's day for nothing. Maybe things are fun, but actually it's not good things. So disturbing people is not good. It's like, so then it will haunt you. Eventually it will haunt you. It's not good, So that's why everything is a result of actions. Actions should not disturb other people's thought. You may experience more disturbing thought in later part of your life. So that's the result, direct result of disturbing somebody's thoughts. It's not good. So then, other hand, if everything is random, so then this happens random. It may not happen. It happens. It doesn't. Then then there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. Everything's random. Like friend tells you to cheat or kill, lie, steal, all of that. This kind of like is considered as like not good friend. It's considered as not good friend. Something like and there are sometimes people do all kinds of things. So like pushing people, then film, then show on the line, like that. So for no reason, just beating someone on the street for no reason, and then videotape, then show, then it's like make fun. That's all unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. Avoiding that kind of gatherings, all the people who are, basically disturbing, encourage you to disturb. To be disturbed. Encourage you to disturb some other people, like that. So that's considered as not good friend. Chang. Then tsemusu nimo ba tumbe tamshin de jowa tamje tongi ba imbe kor minye bada. So if it's become the condition for the troubling thought, so then no matter whatever, so need to be avoid sake of your own happiness. Happiness means mental happiness. Koi on the mindo gri teda mimba chong there's a saying in Tibetan, Kangshi is not here, I just remember. Kangshi segiri la nye chuna, segiri means golden mountains. Golden mountains. If you lean on golden mountains, then everything might turn into gold. Kangshi segiri la nye chuna, teyan dajatim jeselajas. Their saying is not part of the teaching, it's just saying there. If you lean on the poisonous mountains, then everything may turn into poisons. So they're just saying that means avoiding those gatherings, encouraging to disturb other people's day or life for no reason, no reason. So that third, that may become the cause for troubling thought if you are not mindful. A lot of people get into fight in the bar, right? But I've never been to bar, so I have no idea. So in my hometown, there's no bar. So everybody drink at their home. They know. Homemade beer made out of rice. They cook rice, then they put something, so they make like beer, Tibetan beer, rice, and then they drink at home. So then what they did when they drink, then they go to bed. So there's nothing to watch. There's no iPhone, there's no iPad, there's no television, there's nothing to watch. And long time ago, there's no even power. So when it gets dark, pretty much around 7 o'clock, whole village is sleeping. Yeah. So when the sun rises, then you wake up, so then you eat breakfast, then you do all the cutting wood, going to the forest, getting the firewood, or all kinds of things, labor, the physical work. So that gathering, that kind of gatherings, then eventually you may engage into some deeds that get you into trouble. So that's why. Pembo gyaldu changdungwa tang mitue mingyos. So now Pembo, that's the center part of Tibet. Tibet, center part of Tibet, called the place called Pembo. It's very much like desert, not much green growth there. That's the center part of Tibet, called Pembo. Did you heard about Agu? Agu means uncle. Agu means uncle in Tibetan. Agu Temba, that's famous how you say, he trying to teach people something important, but he always trick people, but he's very smart. He was from that region, Agu Temba. There's well-known stories that been read in Tibetan communities. There's whole book has been written about him. So what he's doing there. So very kind of very much entertaining to tell the stories. Then there's a lot of jokes there. And so Agu Temba is from that Pembo, so that region. So there in the Pembo region, there's two persons, one who's drinking, one who's not drinking. There's two of them. Changtongwa de Rating do Chinza. Changto, the person who's drinking, he went to Rating. There's another place called Rating. He went there. Person who's not drinking, he went to Lhasa, the capital of Tibet. Lhasa, there's two places. The person who's not drinking, he went to Lhasa. Person who's been drinking, he went to Rating, there's another place. They are both from Pembo region, same place. Rating do so the Kadampa Gishin and the judge, So one who went to the Rateng, so there's like very spiritual like sites. There's a lot of like great meditators been meditated there. That place is considered as a sacred. So one who's drinking, went to that place and met Kadampa master. One of the Kadampa master, he met one of the Kadampa masters on the. He met one. Lhasa so one who's not drinking went to Lhasa, and he met one friend. Friend never told me. Then after then, so they come together again. They come, those two men friends to come together. Not a chance one who's drinking before, then probably quit drinking because he met a Kadampa master. One who's not drinking went to Lhasa, that's the capital of Tibet, and become alcoholic. Rangre senala rungar she dang rungar she the control tutu buda tutu so minimum and does doesn't changes. So there's like saying like somebody who's very tight, how is it? Stingy. They're like, you don't call it stingy, there's nicer words to call it. There's nice word to say. Do you have any in English?
Thrifty.
Huh? Yeah, so that's so nice. We also try to, even though it's something negative, we try to paint some kind of positive things, even in the word. Someone who's very tired, you don't say very tired, you say some nicer word. Oh, he's very good at taking care of his possessions. He's so good at taking care of his possession. Bottom line, that means he's stingy. But you don't say that, but you say some other way around. Somebody who's very angry, you don't say, oh, he's very angry person. You don't say that. You say, oh, like, he's very direct. Right to the point. Actually, that means he is angry. So no matter what you paint, this is anger is anger. Nothing was so. Even the Tibetan, there we have word, say like, so they all of this is not something good. No matter how you say it, is a mistake. It's a disturbing. It's the troubling thought. Changes gigi norzel la kunju tamba tabu ngaboshi tena giduja sena chimbujulas kondoji ya tedandas. So people influence people. People influence people. No. Because I went to monastery when I was 7 years old. I've not been around with my parents that long. When I was born, I was with them only 7 years. Then after that, all my life is in monastery. So I've not been around. So every 3-4 years, I get chance to see them 1 month. That's pretty much it. So anyway, my father is very. He's very good with protecting all his possessions. My brother, one of my brothers, he's, like no matter how much you have, you always feel very tight. And so, talking about one of my brothers in Switzerland, he has tons of money. He always feels like he has no money, so always tight. But exactly like my father, very tight. One time when if you don't mind me to tell one story. As I said, every 3-4 years I get chance to see them. So I will go there, probably a couple thousand miles from monastery by train. Me and my mother kind of team up because that all the other siblings, they're probably close to my father. So my mother always wants to buy something, more, not for herself. So while I was there, so she really wanted to buy some like bamboo containers, you see in the Bhutan, made out of bamboo and painted very nice color. And usually you put there snack, no snake, snack, put in the snack to eat. So then she wants to buy one of these, and she has no money. She kind of needs sometimes, father control all the money. She needs, and probably ask some of her friends, then her friend sells, then she gets some money. So my father, in the the bedrooms, living room is all in one room. So that's basically. There's small. My father's carpenter, so he builds things. He builds small wooden box. Where he put money for 1 month expenses. He put it there. Then the rest of the money, who knows? They will probably hide somewhere there. But he has the key. But this small box has, mother also has the keys because it needs to buy things. So probably she took 100 rupees, it's like 50 cents, or maybe dollar, less than $1, or maybe a little bit more than $1. She took it from there. So I was there, so then probably she sent it to some other town to buy that bamboo basket to put a snack. My father knows exactly how much money in that box. He probably counts every day. He knows. And he keeps saying, oh, there's 100 rupees missing from that boxes during lunchtime, dinner time, and goes on like day after day. So then eventually I told mother, maybe you tell him truth, or I will give you 100 rupees. I have some money, I will give you 100 rupees. Then we decided not to tell the father, so then I probably give her 100 rupees. And I told her what I will do, I will probably throw that 100 rupees, kind of like make roll, and throw under the tables. Then one day I said, oh, I found the 100 rupees. And he was really upset all day long. That's all he's talking again. Everybody's kind of tired of hearing this 100 rupees. And he keeps saying, oh, if we buy something, it's okay. No, I don't like the whole thing. I don't like because money missing for nothing. And he's really upset. Then one day in the morning I said, oh, I found the 100 rupees under the table. He said, no. If there's 100 rupees, I already found first day. So I look everywhere. So there's no place in the house that I didn't look. So that's not true. So eventually, so then, so that's why he's very tight. So that kind of passed down. If you belong with that person, then you become also tight. So I did. So that's the story here. Like influence people. So if the teacher is very tight, and then that my student may become tight. So something like that's what they say. That if somebody is very angry, you be around with persons all the time very angry, so then it may affect your life too. You may become like that. So that's why avoiding those things. That also that's the third cause of gatherings. This kind of the conduct is it's very contagious. It's very contagious, easy to get. Even you cannot avoid, but you have to be conscientious. Be aware, what's happening around your surrounding, what's happening. So alcohol is called crazy water. It's called crazy water, It's called crazy water. When you drink, then you become crazy. Not everybody, but most of the time people be doing. Jabu bashi manyo ba livana shinji jabu nyu cheme bashi. So see, like there's 9 people drink. So then probably the person who's not drinking probably see they're becoming crazy. The person who's been drinking probably looking at him, so they think he's crazy. So, 분이 또 저기 뭐 진짜 종이 올라서 야 되게 제주 믿어와 야 진지 징버신지 제대 담에 들은 건데 힘들는 so then that's not important. So the rest is not that important. Then cause number 4. Okay, there's 6 cause of what? Troubling thought. How troubling thought rise is caused by something, caused by one of them, Not all the 6 needs to be present, but one of them cause troubling thoughts to rise. So if you want to stop, so first need to go to the cause. Otherwise, that you don't know how to stop, because they need to be aware of the cause. So now the second, 4th cause, damga tana nimochi petawates. Nimochi petawates. Selling linkers so now see like if whether it's like visual, like sound, or something like anything that kind of like contributes to anything that kind of like contribute to generate you to troubling thought. Such as like in Tibet, Ling Kesar, there's one has the story books. It's all about fight. It's all about fighting. It's all about fighting, from this group to that group, this group, what that group says to this group, and how many like brave men from this group, what they call, how they fight, and all of that, So that basically, I think some Western people went to Tibet to find out through some kind of do some research, how this story has been around in Tibet so long times. So it's not like they don't say like, oh, once upon a time there's a village. No, that's not how the story has been told. That's not how the story has been told. One person will sing a song. They just sing that like with the melody, sing. So that there's like hundreds of people that gathers in the lay community, particularly Mugishisango's hometowns. People they are like Texas. They are like the American version of Texas in the eastern part of Tibet. They like guns, they like horses, so there's been like many generations like that. So the camp is called Kadampa. People in the Lhasa, central Tibet people, so they don't have horse, so not much grow there. Eastern part of Tibet is very beautiful, but the people they very much adore or embrace horse riding, guns, things like that. Same, my teacher also from there. So there are these stories, so that one person will get up sit on the stage and just sing. So then like during 60s and 70s and 80s, there's no people coming from Tibet to India because border is completely sealed up. Nobody can get in and out. Then late 80s, early 90s, the border became there's few delegations from exile government went there, so then kind of opened up a little bit. So then from then, so many Tibetan people crossed the Himalayan mountains by foot, 15 days, 25 days, they just cross, coming to India to get, to see His Holiness Dalai Lama and get some education. Then they're like, the population in the monastery increased dramatically. There are a lot of kampas. So during the holiday, then you hear, you hear that they sing this song, they're basically telling stories. So when you listen, if you have no clue, it just sounds like song, but actually stories that tells, just singing. So that, becoming attached to that, because this is all about fighting, fighting in Tibet. So that happened really? Nobody knows. Some people say that somebody went on the mountain, all of a sudden get this old story in their head, and they just sing. So, and so I don't know. So there is, so then like that, becoming attached to that kind of like, I say, fighting things, kind of like. So there's reading or seeing, all of that, if they generate troubling thoughts, so that's like on the cause number 4, okay? If you read about Mother Teresa, so what kind of like mindset you get? You say, wow, this is really incredible, incredible that one woman can reach millions of hearts, not just reach, touch and very deeply, So if you read this kind of stories, then it kind of inspire you to generate positive thought, positive, not disturbing thought, positive, not troubling thought. Then if you read something else that really kind of like trigger the seeds, then they generate, troubling thought. So this kind of things, that's the cause number 4. Or could be sound, could be books, or could be movies, or or as I like talking about politics, talking about could be talking about politics. That's the same thing. So, so then cause number 5. Okay, cause number 5. Komba. Longi komje paja shorty das. Komba means how is the familiarity, familiarity. So. Nyumola komde chebe sem yebe kabja chadang so ngamashu jungs rata because you're so familiar getting angry or getting like doesn't make sense, becoming so familiar with troubling thought. Based on religious belief, based on culture, based on traditions, based on race, so like all the time, so then it's the komba, so that's the cause number 5, okay? Longe komje paja, komchu pakja shorjidas. So the nimo bala komde chebe semebe kabja. Even though you are spacing out or you are wandering, still these troubling thoughts are very much alive, because you become so familiar with that. Rale chewanga me komba chijung ong hije, tsedi nimu chijung yodes, nimu chijung yodes. Gaji yu chungu relang chagdanso chimbu chewa penaje. Control la combatagi milo tawatame misebastaroso. People, for example, somebody who's like so familiar due to circumstance or like the people they hang out with. So, so always angry, all the time angry. So then you become very familiar with this kind of environment. So then even somebody just give you some look, you cannot tolerate. Just forget about saying something. Say something, then probably you go out of your mind or you explode. But somebody gives some look, you can't tolerate. So that like, that's just an example. You guys chungula chagdan so chimbujan pena control combatagi milo tawa some miserable so people as get into fight because somebody look at some like like all like even just looking at somebody's face, that triggers the person's anger and that person becomes very angry. And there's say like hearing, speaking some other language that triggers you to get so angry, so like that. Or hearing some other language that makes you angry, so like things like that. So those things you need to heavily rely on antidotes. So there's no other options. No other options. You need to read the downside of like the troubling thought. You need to read it again and reflect. So then slowly, probably the habit will probably stop slowly. But once it becomes part of the habit, it's very hard to, hard to break. It's almost like feel like wearing a like metal chain. Metal chain. No, this is bread. Komba. That's the only thing that you can do is like apply the antidote. Before, other things you can avoid. You can avoid object, make some space, it will help. The troubling thought may die down eventually. But this case, you are so familiar, being around with all this, how is a negative atmosphere around there a long time, then, then it's very hard. So the solution is antidote. So now the last course, to what Yila Chabas. The judge you saw la, yang do dota the Sujimayambal Ched, the judge you could tavoche, do leba, if zeba, tazama, somebody, shendangi, you not double random. So then so much, concentrations on the object that you become so attached and thinking there could be a piece of fabric, or so wonderful, like the thread, there's like thousands of threads put together, so that people have so many things, how they become so tight, because they're kind of like exaggerated. Then for other hand is the anger. Or like remember crystal clear exactly everything that happened. Remember crystal clear. But somebody did something. You have so many good things. You don't remember them very crystal clear, but you do kind of remember. But how she said, how he said, when, like how you remember every details. So we are very good meditators. We become very good meditators. So we generate. Then result will be anger. So that's how, when, how, and the expression of the face, and the tone of the voice. You remember every single one. Then you visit again, then makes you more and more angry. What's called?
Unrealistic thinking.
Just recalling playing the events again and again, playing the events, visiting the event again and again, then then playing that over and over and over again. You don't want them, could be attractive objects, increase your attachment, or could be undesirable object, increase your angers, kind of fuels your angers. So dunga da ta mardik tenda dube lende ye de samate so jute da kewana nimo juwa yeme teda gachi duche. So these are the 6 causes why troubling thought rise. Doesn't seems like or sounds like it's rising randomly. According to this piece of teachings, it's very much caused by 6 different types of cause. Then that trigger the seeds, then they generate troubling thought. So therefore, try all your best to stop them. Creating space, or avoiding object, also then applying antidote. If we don't do those, if we don't try to stop, and it becomes bigger and bigger, it does never get weaker. It becomes stronger and stronger. So then peace of mind. There's no peace of mind. If you apply antidote, and this troubling thought will get weaker and weaker and eventually die down. Or then eventually like you can eradicate them from your mind for good. They get so we don't need scientific proof. So you can try. Then there's something you can do. Something you can do. So if somebody's talking about politics, we have choice to participate or not to participate. If it's really bothering your mind, you can just leave them alone and you can just go somewhere else. Somebody who's not talking about politics, talking about basketball, is much better. So we have choice. We don't have to stay there, to participate. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I have to say something. Maybe you don't have to say something. Maybe better not to say anything than saying something will probably trigger another argument. Probably better not saying is probably better choice than saying something. Sometimes you feel, because we don't master our mind. See, our mind is the mastering us. We are not mastering our mind. So therefore it's hard, it's hard. Oh, so they need to be mindful. So now time is over, so I finished the 6th course. Why? Why the troubling thought rise? Why troubling thought rise? Because there's seed. That there's a condition that trigger the seeds that they generate troubling thought. So then there's 6 way of triggering the seed. So there needs to be mindful. Oh. So then maybe next Wednesday, so there's a drawback of troubling thought. Okay, drawback of troubling thought. So next Wednesday I'll explain that. Drawback or downside of troubling thought. Oh. Oh yeah, thank you. So then we'll stop here. So next Wednesday, the downside of troubling thought. Downside of troubling thought. Then it is go. Yeah. Probably I'll finish that downside of the troubling thought. Probably next Wednesday is very short, so I hope I can finish.
In the Gold Prayer Book, turn to page 235, and we'll read the general dedication prayers. Chanchu Sencho Rinpoche, Make Panam Ke Gyurchi, Ke Wanyam Pa Me Paya, Gone Gone Pelwar Sho, Jampel Power Jita Kempada, Kudu Zampo De Yande Jinte, Deda Kunji Jesu Dalochi, Gewa Didan Tanche Raptungo. Dusun shepe gewa tancheki, ngowa gana chodunga pade, dashe gewe tawa di kunkyang, sampo chucha raptungo wargi. Then 244 and 245 for the short, long life prayers. Gandira we korwe shinkam de pendan dewa malu shumene chere si kwan tenzin gyatso yi shabe si te bardu tenjuchi jonu ien ala wang shotu awatare tsembara sopa lozan gewe de ton le pausho shasyo gengyo lama sowa de Tupsu chanjin janggen gawe Tenzin kyom tewe kunzer do portse Chosum kurwele mutudu Padok so du je gundu sha tensho Om taritu re soha. Om taritu re soha. Om taritu re soha. Om taritu re soha. Om tare tu re so ha. Om tare tu re so ha. Om tare tu re so ha.